This tutorial will take you step by step through the construction of a patch antenna. Once you've started your software, click on the new project, give an appropriate name for the new project, set the proper units, and press OK. The next step is usually to set the material properties. Open the new material dialog box, define a new material name. Afterwards, specify the material properties, choose color and press OK. The first construction step for modeling a planar structure is usually to define the substrate layer. This can be easily achieved by creating a brick made up of substrate's material in the box geometry. The material setting of the brick must be changed to the desired substrate material. So now provide the values for x1, y1, z1, length x, length y, length z, change the material and press OK. The next step is to model the patch antenna on top of the substrate. Therefore, go to the geometry and then select patch. For the dimensions of the patch over substrate, you should design the patch antenna by giving the given design parameters. The material settings of the brick must be changed to the desired patch antenna material. Because no material has been defined for the patch antenna, you should select PEC as the material from the material drop-down list. Once you've provided all the requisite values, press OK. The next step is to model the feed line on top of the substrate. Therefore, go to the geometry, select patch, then a patch geometry dialog box will open. Now enter the transversal coordinates x1, y1, length x, length y, z. The next step is to enter the dimensions of the quarter wave length transformer. Therefore, again repeat the same process. Go to geometry, select patch. In the dialog box, enter the new set of values for x1, y1, length x, length y, z, and press OK. The next step is to model the ground plane below the substrate. For the dimensions of ground plane below substrate, you should design a ground plane brick. The material setting of the brick must be changed to the desired ground plane. Because no material has yet been defined for the ground plane, you should select PEC as the material for the ground plane from the material drop-down list. So now provide the values for x1, y1, length x, length y, z, and press OK. The next step is to add the ports to the patch antenna, for which the S parameters will later be calculated. Each port will simulate patch antenna structure that is connected to the structure at the port's plane. Voltage ports are the most accurate way to calculate the S parameters of patch antenna and should thus be used here. To define the port, go to the excitation and then choose voltage port. A dialog box will open. Provide the values of X1, Y1, Z1, X2, Y2, Z2 and press OK. Now provide the value of Zmax for the surrounding space. Now provide the value of Zmin in the boundary condition setup box and press OK. The next step is solver settings. For this, go to the solver, provide the various settings as per the formula and press OK. After doing so, you need to save the project before you can simulate it. So, go to the File menu and save your project by giving an appropriate name to it. Once you've saved your project, you need to press the simulation button to start the calculation. A progress bar will appear in the status bar, which will display some information about the solver stages. Once it has been completed, you can view the results and analyze them.